Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of Our House. Cast and crew information down below, and jumping right into the IMDb plot. A young genius accidentally invents a device that amplifies the paranormal activity within his family's house, possibly bringing back the spirits of loved ones and unleashing things far worse. Alright, so we have a paranormal ghost story here. Let me get it out of the way. This one's on Netflix right now. I believe it's 2018. I don't know if it hit theaters or not. I don't remember. Obviously didn't see it then, but I just caught it recently on Netflix. It is PG-13 here, so not gonna get over the top bloody and guts here. But as the story says, you have a young man here. I don't know where he is. I think he's out of school. But he's got a young brother, Matt, and a young little girl. Let's see what her name is. Becca. And those are his younger siblings. And his parents unfortunately pass away early in this movie. I think, let's see. I'm trying to think if I'm going to spoil anything here. I always like to alert you guys if I'm going to spoil it. I think, the description says it all. Kind of takes care of that if you listen to the description here. But his parents pass away early in the movie, or their parents pass away early in the movie. And basically leaves them behind to fend for their own. So, they're obviously hurt by the passing of their parents, and dealing with that, and also dealing with adjusting to life, and he now has to take the responsibility of being in charge of his two younger siblings, and getting them to school, and doing what he's doing. He's created this machine, and he's desperately trying to get it to work. I don't know if I missed it or not. I'm really unclear what they were trying to do with the machine from the start. I'm not sure what the goal is. I guess they're trying something to do with the paranormal. I'm not exactly sure what their ultimate goal was, but that's never a good idea. Start messing with the paranormal. You never know what you're gonna get, and that's kind of what happens here. Kind of going with what some people think supernatural wise. The younger you are, the more you have an ability to communicate with the undead, or the dead, or the ghost, whatever you want to call them. So Becca thinks she's seeing things, and thinks she's talking to her parents who have passed away, and that seems to be the case early on. And she sees it first and foremost, and starts believing it. And then Matt kind of follows her lead, and maybe he doesn't see it as much, but is kind of hoping. And it's every time this machine is on, and the older brother here, Ethan, he keeps tinkering with the machine. They're telling him it's working. They're telling him that it's bringing back the parents. He's not really sure, so he's tinkering with it. And, they keep doing it again and again and again. And, then they're finding more evidence that, something is in the house. And, they're, making the wild assumption that it's their parents. And, everything's going all okay, no signs of danger. Until Becca's in the bathtub one time. And it's funny because she takes a bath with her bathing suit, but little girl, and maybe for the movie's sake, they just want to make sure she's covered up. But it's funny that she's taking a bath with a bathing suit. Anyway, she's taking the bath, and something pushes her under the water for a really long time, and kind of holds her under there. And this is the first sign that you get that maybe it's not all good. Maybe something else is happening here. So then a couple other dark things happen, and you start getting the tip that maybe the parents are there, maybe the parents aren't there, maybe they are there but can't do anything, but something else is there, something bad is happening here. So they start kind of doing a little bit of investigating here. Ethan and his girlfriend, or I don't know if I think it's his girlfriend, or if not, somebody who's helped him on this project. Start doing some investigation on not only a little bit more of what they're doing, but on the house, who lived there before, what's happening in the neighborhood. They have a neighbor across the street who's kind of helped Ethan out a little bit with the machine and helping give him more power and so forth. And he also has a loved one that he has some issues with, and that kind of plays a role towards the end. I don't want to go through everything here, making it so that you don't have to see this movie. But he plays a little bit of a role in it. I would say, a lot of this movie kind of, it takes a lot to get where it's going. It's not, they do this thing, and maybe if you see some of the pictures for it, and I don't know if I think I might include one with this video or not. But you kind of see this dark, smoky figure in the background sometimes, and it is, to their credit, it's a little creepy. But I mean that, and you kind of get that in some of the scenes early on. But early on, that's about as creepy as you kind of get. Is this smoke in the background? Other than that, it's a lot of their lives, a lot of them adjusting, a lot of, you see a little bit of them in school, not heavy on the school, but at least making the trip to school, back from school, and then them a little bit in their daily lives and getting adjusted and that so forth, and working on the machine. There's just a lot going on there to kind of fill the time and kind of get you honed in on the family dynamic now and the kids and so forth. So not overly exciting. It takes a really long time to get, and then even when they start sprinkling it in, it really doesn't. This is one of those movies that really has not a whole lot of excitement going on. They do maybe in the middle kind of tinker here and there, try to give you a little bit more of a build in one or two scenes, but just a lot of not a lot of scares, not a lot of going on here until like the final scene of the movie. I mean, it really boils down to the final scene of this movie. And the final scene's not bad. A little confrontation, obviously. You find out what the spirit is. You find out more of what's happening here, the backstory, what happened in this house neighborhood before. Obviously plays a role in what's happening here, and the spirit that is being bad in this house. And then obviously how the kids try to fight it off. So the ending scene is not bad. It just takes so much to get there, and just there's not a lot, and the kids do a good job of acting and so forth. There's no problem there. It just takes a long time to get to the true horror of this movie, or the true supernatural of this movie. There's a decent, I don't want to give away the scene and I feel like I'm giving away too much, but there's one maybe in the middle of the movie. I'll just say, when Mann and his friend has a friend come over, there's the scene there, which is probably maybe one of the more, more frightening scenes before you kind of get to that ending part. If you want to call it a frightening scene. I mean, it wasn't, I wasn't jumping out of my seat or anything like that, but, it kind of in that neighborhood. So yeah, this is just a movie where just only, the good stuff, the horror stuff, the supernatural stuff, the stuff that, you really want to see, you have to really wait too far in the movie to see it. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer, So with that, I think I'm just going to give this one 2 pools of blood. Nothing spectacular here. Story, a good story. Nothing wrong there. Just wish they kind of balance it out more with that instead of we have to build and build and build and then release everything at the end. Wanted something a little bit more earlier in the film. And then maybe I've been a little happier. I don't see me rating it that much higher unless they really got a good scare in early or something like that. But yeah, 2 pools of blood I'm gonna give for this one. It's okay. If you're looking for maybe a lighter supernatural thing, and if you want to interested in watching kid dynamic there. So that's Our House, 2 pools of blood, and as usual, subscribe to the channel for more video reviews. horror_reviews.blogspot.com. You can find all my reviews, including written ones if you're interested in reading some. Did some more important written reviews of screeners that I had of movies that are freshly coming out. Did written ones there, so if you're looking for stuff that's written, you can scan through some titles there as well. Again, social media is down below as well. Feel free to hit me up, talk about this movie, other movies. There's a movie you want me to see and review. If I can make that happen, I will. You want to talk horror, you can talk movies, news, whatever, I'm there. You can find me there. Happy to talk horror anytime. And obviously the comment section here, if you have opinions on this movie, another movie, whatever, and you just want to throw it in the comment section here, do it, and we can talk about it here as well. So yeah, that'll be Our House, 2 pools of blood, and on to more reviews, horror fans.